This is Say More with Carla Pesono. Welcome to Say More podcast with Carla Pesono. Today we have a former stock and commodities trader who turned his ice cream making hobby into the extremely popular Super Witch ice cream company in New Orleans, Briggs Barrios. Briggs, welcome to Say More.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
I am so excited for you to be on my first season of my podcast. As with what you've been able to accomplish with ice cream in the city is so cool. And we don't really know each other.
No, we
so
don't.
I'm really excited to know your story.
Yeah.
We met at Hogs for the Cause.
Yep.
You're on Team Pig Latin?
No,
Or
so
what was
I
that team
am
again?
on the Pork Belly Cartel.
Oh yeah, Pork Belly Cartel.
Yes.
With Gonzo's.
With Gonzo's. He's one of my good buddies. And yeah, last year we actually won fan favorite. We were really excited about it. They rolled the tacos and we rolled ice cream last year. A lot of fun. Fantastic.
What was it?
Cause.
It was like an Oreo something.
Yeah,
What was
so
it?
we made an Oreo ice cream and then I went over to Gonzo's shop in Luling and we smoked some graham crackers on one of his smokers. And we put that into a marshmallow fluff. So we had like a really cool s'mores situation.
It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And for me, my favorite kind of ice cream is having an Oreo and a marshmallow combination. That's like my go-to.
Absolutely.
And you did it right.
Yeah, we try.
Okay, so before Super Witch, let's go back because you're not a chef.
No.
You're not a pastry chef.
Not at all.
Okay, so you were a stock and commodities trader. Talk about the story.
So yeah, I grew up in New Orleans. I went to Jesuit High School and then I went to Tulane after that. And then right out of Tulane, I was a stock trader for a company down here called Howard Wheel that is no longer in existence, but I was a stock trader at Howard Wheel and then kind of 180'd, moved to Tampa, and I worked for Fanatics.com, the e-commerce company. I was doing some stuff with the Major League Baseball jerseys there. And then right before COVID, I moved back here to New Orleans and started working for a commodities trading company that traded molasses to the Caribbean rum industry and also the U.S. feed industry. So after that, kind of 180'd again to opening up Super Witch.
Okay, so what you just made ice cream? Like where'd your love of ice cream come from?
During my time in Tampa, ironically enough, I got into working out and fitness. And as part of that, I would have like little treats and try to fit some fun foods into my diet. And ice cream became that for me. So I started an Instagram account while I was in Tampa called The Cold Hard Scoop. And I would
like
get
that.
Yeah, so I would get all the grocery store ice creams and then I would post pictures, rate them, kind of give reviews. And then after we kind of ran out of grocery store ice creams, I started getting ice cream delivered to my doorstep, like Gold Belly and direct from Salt and Straw, and Ample Hills was big at the time. And those kind of changed my perspective on what ice cream could be. I think the grocery store has some great ice creams, but once you try some of those small batch makers, it really flipped the script for me and showed me what ice cream could be. And that continued for 3 years in Tampa. I ate over 1,000 different pints of ice cream in 3 years. So little did I know I was doing market research for a future business that I would start, but moved back to New Orleans right before COVID and kind of took some of the same energy and was trying some of the local stuff here. We've got some great local makers. And then COVID hit and I couldn't work out as much. So I kind of just quit cold turkey eating ice cream. That was probably for 7 or 8 months. And that was on the back of 3 years of 4 to 5 pints of ice cream a week. And yes, that's not an exaggeration at all.
You never got sick?
No, I was feeling great.
You love the dairy.
Really enjoying it. And I do not have any dairy issues and it was good. Like I really enjoyed it. Yeah. So it was a lot of ice cream. Yeah, I loved it.
You're just like, I really want to dive into this.
Yeah. And it wasn't something that we did growing up. I think like growing up, we had like, I was always a soft serve over snowball guy when we would go to the snowball stand. But yeah, we would have Friday chocolate malts with dad. We had special cups every Friday, but we didn't really have ice cream at the house or go to get ice cream that often. But once I got reintroduced to it as an adult, I dove in, and it became something that I was really passionate about. And moved back here, quit cold turkey for 7 or 8 months. And then we took a family trip to Destin, and it was me, my brother, my nephews, my parents, and I had a small batch maker in Destin called the Pink Coyote Dessert Company. It was the first time I'd eaten ice cream in 8 months. And I took a bite and I turned to my brother. I was like, I really miss this. And got in the car on the way back to the condo. I ordered like 7 or 8 books off Amazon. A lot of those books were written by companies that I'd previously bought ice cream from and got shipped to my doorstep, and started reading those recipes and started making ice cream the next week, using some of those recipes. And then that eventually turned into kind of dialing in my own recipe out of the house, and friends and family started eating it. I knew from the jump that I wanted to do it. I absolutely loved it from the first time that I churned ice cream in one of those like KitchenAids that nobody ever uses after the first time, that you have to put the bowl in the freezer and you can only use it one time.
Yeah.
So I made cookies and cream the first time that I've ever made ice cream, and haven't looked back since. I started developing the recipe right after that, was using all my time away from work to keep on developing the recipe and to try new things. And what's important in our business is like developing the recipes for the inclusions to the ice cream as well. So things that stay crunchy when they're frozen, and things that stay gooey, like swirls that stay gooey when they're frozen, and kind of developing the recipes tailored to what I enjoyed eating, kind of taking cues from companies that I had ice cream from, and mimicking those, or if they were things that I didn't like, trying to improve upon those things. So yeah, it's been a constant process since then. And we opened the Pint Shop about 2.5 years ago, on Jefferson Highway. And we do kind of sneaker drops, new flavors each week. And yeah, it's been a constant process. I think the opening recipe for our ice cream has probably changed, like little minor tweaks, probably 50 times since we opened the shop. We make the base from scratch in the shop, and every now and then I feel like I want to tweak it to maybe change the texture a little bit, change the scoopability, the mouthfeel, and kind of dial it in even more. So right now it's a constant process that we're trying to improve the product every single week. And people seem to be enjoying it right now, but we're always trying to push the envelope and make the product better.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna get into that. Let's go back though.
Yeah.
So when you were trying all these ice creams, what was the best ice cream you tried?
Best ice cream. While I was in Tampa, I got my first ever shipment was from Ample Hills, and they had an ice cream called the Munchies. It was a pretzel ice cream with these like pretzel potato chip mini M&M crunchy clusters.
Oh.
And that was the first one that I was like, oh wow, ice cream can be like different than like the vanilla and the cookie dough that you get in the store. That was the one that opened my eyes. But the best ice cream that I've had since then is probably made by my friend in Houston who owns Underground Creamery. He makes some really, really great ice cream. And he made a pretzel dough flavor. I guess there's maybe like a little connection there.
Yeah,
but
look at you, pretzel.
It was a pretzel ice cream with a chocolate chip cookie dough swirl and these Oreo crunchies. It's like sweet, salty, like a little bit savory, but definitely dessert. That's probably my favorite ice cream that I've had outside of ours.
Is that hard ice cream?
Yes. This
so
is
both
all
of those
hard packed.
Hard?
Yeah, these are both hard packed ice creams. Like Ample Hills is sent on dry ice to your doorstep. And you kind of have to thaw it out in the freezer because the dry ice gets it really cold.
Yeah.
And actually it's in Houston, the Underground Creamery, and I had my cousin buy me some ice cream on, like, he does a drop system as well. And he held it in his freezer, and a friend of ours muled like 50 pints of ice cream to me. This was like at the tail end of my cold hard scoop career. Yeah. Yeah. So I had an ice cream mule get me ice cream from Houston to New Orleans. Yeah. Put it on dry ice. I have a picture of it. I'll show you.
That's hilarious.
It's like a big igloo cooler with dry ice everywhere. It's like 50 pints of ice cream.
Okay. So diving into the ice cream world, like you did, what did you notice about ice cream that's in the grocery store versus like in the cities that you're around, like, and especially in the South? You're from New Orleans, you were in Tampa.
Yeah.
What did you notice?
So grocery store ice cream is obviously like, it's going to be not as fresh as something that you can get from a local maker that's making everything from scratch. I mean, our ice cream is 2 and 3 days old sometimes. Sometimes you pick it up the day after we make it. That's one thing too. The grocery store, like the quality is never consistent because one, like you don't know how long that ice cream has sat outside the freezer. And then if it refreezes, then it becomes icy and you really don't have control over that aspect. But the thing that really, I think, sets apart like a small local maker like us is the ability to hand pack the pints. So if you go to the grocery store and get a pint and it's supposed to be a cookie dough pint and you go through the entire pint and there's 2 pieces of cookie dough in it, you're like searching and digging for cookie dough every single scoop.
Yeah.
Like that to me is the main reason why I wanted to make my own.
Right.
I think you can get some really high quality ice creams
Do you like Bluebell?
in the grocery store. I like it. I mean, I
know that's like the big ice cream down here.
yeah,
right?
yeah. I think, and that's what we all grew up with.
Yeah.
Like I think Bluebell, like homemade vanilla Bluebell, is just like super nostalgic.
Yeah.
When you have it, you're like, wow, that reminds me of being a kid.
I like when they do that blueberry cobbler one. Is
Yeah.
that what it is?
So they've got so many different flavors.
I know. I think that's the one that I had because when I was on the news, they would of course come by whenever they were dropping
Yeah.
the seasonal flavor.
Yeah.
And I think that was always my favorite.
Yeah, they do a lot of fun flavors.
But I'm with you. It's
the
like,
difference between like a Bluebell and even like a Ben and Jerry's is like
or
something.
like a Briar. Is it Briars?
So Breyers is, I don't even know. Some of those probably aren't even like considered ice cream. They're frozen dairy desserts because
yeah.
their air content is too high. So and the
avoid
fat
it?
content is too low. I wouldn't say avoid it. I think all that stuff has its place. Like if you love that stuff, then like get after it. It's not considered ice cream because there's laws in America that determine what ice cream is. It has to be at least 10% butterfat content and has to be below 100% overrun. So overrun is the amount of air that is whipped into the ice cream when it's churned. Those products have like, and you can pick them up in the store and tell, but you can pick up like a quart of Breyers or whatever it comes in and notice that it's really light because it's over 50% air in that container. And you'll also notice that those things are also like less calories per cup because like it's air. So they look like they're like maybe better for you, or like, I guess volume wise they are better for you. But like a Ben and Jerry's is probably like a 14 or 15% butterfat. Bluebell I think is like lower, like closer to 10 or 12.
Okay.
Ours is right in that like what they call like a premium range, like 14 to 16 is kind of a premium, super premium ice cream range.
I like Ben and Jerry's. I grew up, I was obsessed with the fish food.
Yes.
PHIS.
Caramel and marshmallow.
Yeah, see, going back to that, I love my marshmallow.
Fantastic. Yeah. I think Ben and Jerry's is great. And I think they were the ones that really started
doing the more crafty,
the crunchy, like it's an experience versus just eating like a plain vanilla. And I think that will always have its place.
And then getting like famous people behind it for marketing purposes. Like they were kind of smart with that.
Exactly. And even a Ben and Jerry's pint, I mean, those are all machine made. So like, even if it's a fish food pint, like there's a possibility, like over my time that I was doing the ice cream, I always came across pints that like just didn't have whatever they were supposed to have in them. So like if it was like a cookie dough pint or caramel and marshmallow fluff, like half the pint would have the caramel and half the pint wouldn't. And like we're hand packing pints in order to make that not an issue. Like we want you to be able to take out the pint from the freezer, and every single time you take it out, it's going to be a similar experience. But obviously we're humans, so it's not going to be perfect every time.
Yeah.
But we're trying to make sure that if you take the pint out of the freezer on a Friday and you go back for it on Saturday, you're still going to have the swirls and the chunks and everything, and like make it a really full experience every time.
Yeah, like that perfect bite.
Yeah.
So you started New Orleans. Let's talk about the ice cream in New Orleans.
Yeah.
You're talking about snowballs. Obviously that like controls the market for a
Yes.
frozen dessert.
No doubt about it.
I'm from Buffalo, New York, and if you're familiar with upstate New York, we are known for frozen custard. And I always say, like, you can't get better ice cream than if you're in New York, like,
Yeah.
especially upstate New York. And that's what I grew up eating, like
Yeah.
places that are around for over 100 years that are doing that perfect soft serve, vanilla, chocolate, and then sometimes a different flavor, like flavor of the month. We have this famous place called Anderson's Ice Cream.
I've heard of it.
Have
yeah.
you been there?
I have not been there. I've heard of
It's
it
so
though.
good. They make everything from scratch. They do frozen custard plus hard ice cream.
Nice.
And they are using, majority of the places that are doing fantastic frozen custard are using dairy from upstate farms.
Yes.
And I did my research because when I go home, me and my family are obsessed with it. And me being a foodie, I'm like, no, now that I'm an adult and I'm thinking of this, I do this for a living. Let's dive into it. Let's find out what they're using.
Yeah.
So the two favorite custard spots that my mom was obsessed with in Lackawanna, New York, Francile's and I am blanking on the other name, but I asked both of them, Barrafudos. I went to both of them and I said, what milk are you guys using? And they're like, Upstate Farms.
Yeah.
And my mom would be like, no, that one's better than that one. I'm like, Mom, I think it's the same. And sure enough,
Yeah.
it was the same. And it's
Yeah.
so fantastically done.
Yeah.
And then I went to Chicago and you don't really see it. Then I started going south, Missouri, a lot of frozen custard spots. They have that
St.
Freddy's.
Louis, Ted Drew's is
Yes.
big. Yeah.
And then Freddy's, that the
Frozen
burger.
custard. Yeah.
If people don't know, is it like it's a Southern fast food burger spot? Is it Southern? I don't know.
Maybe we don't have that in New Orleans, so I'm not really.
See, we have one in
100%
Baton
positive.
Rouge.
Really?
Yes, but we don't. I don't know exactly where their locations are.
Yeah.
But they had frozen custard. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, and it's actually really,
Yeah.
really good.
Shake
and then
Shack
I come to
does
New
it
Orleans.
now too. Yeah.
And then
absolutely.
I did a video where I was driving down Airline, and of course we have one Dairy Queen.
One.
And I stopped there and I'm eating my frozen custard in the car. And I just thought to share with my audience how it's so upsetting that we don't have soft serve ice cream
Yeah.
in this city because
Yeah.
of where I'm from. And I know how good it is. I'm like, I'm sorry, you guys can have your snowballs. But imagine if we had a ton of soft serve ice cream spots. And the video went viral because so many people agreed with it.
Yeah.
And, Dairy Queen's so consistent. It's so good.
It's Dairy Queen.
It's Dairy Queen.
It's super nostalgic. Like I love a Blizzard. I can't. I mean, you throw chunks into that, it's over.
What's your go-to at Dairy Queen?
I'm a Reese's peanut butter cup guy.
Ooh.
So I just go Reese's peanut butter cups. Just give me that. I don't need any of the other stuff. I just want that every time.
I love that. And I'm Oreo and marshmallow. But so when I was talking about this, so many people are like, oh, well, go to this snowball stand, go to this snowball stand. I'm like, it's not the same.
Yeah.
And I found that the snowball stands are using, what is the what is the
Borden?
What is the name?
Borden? The milk
with
company?
with the cow?
Yeah.
Like the cow character?
Yeah, Borden. Yeah,
That's
it's the milk
it.
company.
It is
yeah.
Borden.
Yeah, a lot of them use the Borden soft serve mix.
They're
yeah.
using Borden.
Yes.
And I'm sorry. Sorry, Borden.
Yeah,
It's not that good.
So we get our milk products from
yeah,
Borden.
so let's talk about this.
Like I think I've been trying to find a good local dairy provider. I've been unsuccessful in that, but I think we use Borden heavy cream and Borden milk for all of our ice cream bases, including the soft serve base.
Wait, you do?
And I think, so they're buying a mix from Borden that like Borden is using a soft serve mix, like they're creating a soft serve mix and they're putting it in cartons.
They're
and
not yes.
Correct. So we are making our own mix using milk and cream from Borden, but other ingredients are going into that to make the butter fat specifically what we want, to make the sugar content specifically what we want, to create the flavor and texture that you get when like you eat our final product.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing we do with the ice cream. Soft serve's way different than ice cream, and ice cream is made in our shop in a batch freezer. So it freezes and churns the ice cream completely differently than a soft serve machine does. Soft serve's meant to be eaten at a way higher temperature than the ice cream is. And you also have to make sure like the ice cream out of a soft serve machine can stand up on its own, and the butter fat's not too high because it's constantly churning, and like it's butter fat, and if it churns too much, it butters. Like it legitimately like will turn into butter in the cylinder. I actually did that. I had quit my commodities trading job and I got a brand new ice cream machine. I was so excited to put in the first batch, my home recipe, and I threw in the first batch and I went to go clean the machine and the entire barrel was just butter.
Ugh.
I had an oh shit moment. I'm like, I just quit my job and I'm not even gonna be able to make good ice cream. I was making great ice cream out of the house and a 2-quart machine. And then like, so, but that's the good part about having like knowledge of the product is that I was very, very quick to just change the recipe. And next time we made the ice cream, it was great. So it wasn't a huge issue, but it was definitely like an oh shit moment.
But what was the decision to go and make Super Witch or decide to do this as a business? And what is Super Witch?
So Super Witch is actually my grandma's nickname. She passed away about 5 months before I decided I wanted to start the business. She was always one of those people that was just on my side no matter what. She was a ride or die for sure. And it just felt right that we would name the business after her.
Why was she called Super Witch?
So long story, but
Sounds like she's sassy.
She's definitely sassy. But she had a little bit of a resemblance to the main character in the Bewitched television show. And my grandpa always thought that she knew exactly what he was doing, even when he wasn't supposed to be doing it. So she got that moniker. And my grandpa owned a commercial fishing business in Golden Meadow. This was in the 60s and the 50s and 60s. And this was when commercial fishing was like done on yachts, like just a regular like boat. And like all the fleet's name was like Super Witch 1, Super Witch 2, Super Witch 3. And it's always been in the family, like Super Witch. We've had like old school like yacht flags and like stickers and stuff like that. So it's always been around. And it kind of just felt right in the moment when I wanted to come up with the name. So
that's awesome.
That's why we had the little witch there. The yacht was like a witch riding a plane. But we did a little bit of a interpretation on the previous logo for our current branding.
So you decide to do this and you had these recipes in mind. You buy the machine and you have the spot in Jefferson
Highway.
Yeah.
So
explain that whole start and everything.
Yeah. So we opened the shop in June of 2023 on Jefferson Highway. It was just me. And I had the idea that I wanted to sell ice cream in pint drops. So the menu would change every single week. We'd be doing some fun flavors and kind of bringing a really fun energy to ice cream and let people like kind of dive into the nostalgia of our flavors, but it's presented in a different, new, fun way that they've never experienced.
And how many flavors a week?
It depends on the week, but we do 3 to 4 main flavors that we have like what we like to call like a big inventory number of. And then we'll do some smaller batch flavors on the tail end of those. So sometimes it ranges up to like 8 or 9 a week, but for sure 4 to 5 minimum. And then just depends on the smaller batches to where we get to like a 9-ish as like the max.
And you just go by like seasonal ingredients or what you're thinking or feeling?
Yeah.
Is there a flavor that you always have on the menu?
No. So we'll rotate. Now that we've been in business for a little bit of time, like we get customers asking for us to repeat specific flavors that they've really enjoyed, like to bring back their favorites. Like we did a banana pudding flavor last week. Ooh. People ask us about that constantly. But like we're making the marshmallow fluff from scratch in the shop and classic vanilla wafers and the ice cream and like our banana ice cream. We get this question a lot. Like, is it real banana? Like, absolutely. We are roasting bananas in the oven with like butter, brown sugar, and some other things to like really create a fun flavor. So we're blending those into our ice cream base. So we're like using real like roasted caramelized bananas in our ice cream for the banana pudding.
And that's the beauty of the small batch.
Exactly. So we're making, so we're we're making probably 4 main batches a week, and that was one of them last week. And we can be nimble too. So if like we see something that like is on sale at the shop at whatever, at Sam's or Costco, or like, oh, I haven't done that in a while, like we'll run that. Like if we see like Fruity Pebbles or whatever, and then we'll make a Fruity Pebble marshmallow fluff or something like that. So we're nimble with being able to kind of like, if somebody like DMs us like, hey, we haven't seen this in a while, like sometimes it'll be on the menu next week. Like that's how we try to plan our menus out. But we kind of leave like 1 or 2 spaces open each week for like that kind of spark of something that may happen, or if someone reaches out to do a collab or something like that, then we have space to kind of like maneuver around. The holiday menus like upcoming are kind of set in stone after doing them for 2 years. Like people are expecting us to do
I like that,
those
though.
specific flavors again, because they only come around once a year.
Exactly. That's special. And you know you're going to sell it.
Exactly. So like we'll have...
What are they?
We do a black bottom pecan pie flavor for every Thanksgiving. This is the 3rd iteration of it, but this year we just packed it yesterday. It's an Oreo ice cream. So like the actual ice cream is Oreo infused. It's not like chunks of Oreo. It is like grayish color because it's Oreo. It's just like the one you had at Hogs.
Yeah.
And then we make swirls out of pecan pie. So crust, pie, everything that's swirled through the ice cream like a caramel or a fudge.
Yeah.
And then something that we call Oreo gravel is mimicking the pie crust. So it's salted, malted, a little bit buttery, and kind of has a really fun, like crispy, crunchy, gritty texture in the ice cream, kind of mimicking the pie crust. So that's the full black bottom pecan pie. We've done a cookie butter cheesecake flavor in the past, and it's one of people's favorites, and that's become a staple in the Thanksgiving menu. What else? We have a lemon icebox pie that we're making tomorrow, actually. This is the Tuesday before our Thanksgiving drop. So like we'll be making that Wednesday morning. It'll go for sale Wednesday night on our drop, and people will pick it up Thursday. So like we're making lemon icebox the day before you're picking it up. Super fresh. We're making the lemon curd from scratch. And that has a graham cracker gravel in it to kind of mimic the pie crust, same as the Oreo. It's not just crumbles. It's like salted, malted, manipulated in a way that creates a little bit more of a fun experience and like a balance of flavors that really helps the ice cream.
When you first started and you what was your first, you had like how many flavors that you were dropping when you first started? Like
I think we had like 4 flavors drop on the first drop, and I think I did like 180 pints.
Were you, when you made it, were you like, okay, I am ready. These are fantastic. I'm ready to go.
Yeah. I
or
think,
were you like, oh my God, or was there mess ups?
We had done a bunch out the house, and we were kind of low key selling it out the house before. But I was using a really small, I was using a really small countertop machine that was making 2 quarts of ice cream at a time. For reference, like our machine right now makes 20 quarts at a time, and like on a production day we're running that machine 10 times. So we're making a pretty good amount of ice cream right now comparative to, I think what took me 8 hours in the house to make 50 pints can take us about 30 or 45 minutes right now. So it was a whole Saturday and a whole Sunday operation out the house.
And how did you market it by doing this, where it's that grab and go concept?
I think,
was it hard to get people to buy it, or what was that first time?
The beginning. So I had kind of the platform, the Cold Hard Scoop platform. I think I had like 4,000 or 5,000 followers, just like posting ice cream reviews. And then like it was kind of defunct. Like I would post every now and then, like post in my stories if I got ice cream, but I had stopped like regularly posting. I was posting every day for 3 years. And so I slowly started like posting pictures of the ice creams that I was making out the house on that page. And then I just transitioned that page to what's now the Super Witch ice cream page. And yeah, I mean, it wasn't easy. I think just like any business, trying to get people in your door to try it once it's really hard. And I think I was confident that once people started trying it, that they would want to come back. So it was just trying to get those people in the door from the jump. And we've been pretty active on social media. At the beginning, I was posting a lot of videos of like the process and me making the ice cream, just to make sure like people understood what was going on. Like it wasn't a machine making the ice cream. Like we're making everything from scratch. I'm hand packing every single pint of ice cream to ensure that like you're going to have a quality experience every time. And yeah, once it started growing a little bit.
How many did you make in the beginning?
The first,
and did you sell out?
The first drop, yeah. So the first drop, we made 180 pints and we sold out. But I think like my family is like the greatest support system ever. And like my mom and a couple of my aunts like didn't buy any ice cream at like the beginning. And like once it got to like, we had like 10 or 15 left, they were like, they scooped it up to like sell it out. So yeah. So once we did that one, I was like, okay, I'll bump it up a little bit. And yeah, I think that first year I was ecstatic. I think Christmas drop that first year, we'd been in the shop for like 6 months. I think I had grown it up to like 380 pints from 180. And I was so excited. I could not be more excited about it. I was doing something I really love to do. People seem to be really enjoying it. And yeah, and it's from there, it's grown pretty steadily.
So from like getting it up to 300 within 6 months, selling all those pints.
Yeah.
What do you think the success was from? Was it because obviously the ice cream is amazing, but did you have a strategy with marketing?
No. So I really just wanted to be as active as possible on social media. So we sell all of our pints through Hot Plate, which is a provider that really tailors to food businesses like mine. So they have drops for, I think they have over 1,000 people on there signed up to use Hot Plate now, and 1,000 different makers are using their site. But I knew that if I continued to drive my own content creation, that word of mouth would really help us. And I was also worried about the beginning. I wasn't worried about it, but I was doing it all by myself from start to finish. So the amount of like, it was 7 days a week I hired my first employee in October 2024. So about a year ago. But the first year and 3 or 4 months, it was just me making every single thing, washing every single dish. Like it was 7 days a week and not short days. So like we would be in the dish pit for hours, much less like actually producing ice cream.
Yeah.
So I think that was more of my worry, was like, I didn't want the quality to suffer as I continued to grow. So like I was going at the pace that I thought I was comfortable with producing the ice cream. And luckily it kind of grew, the demand kind of grew with my ability to make the ice cream. And at one point I was like, okay, I think I could really ramp it up. But I've been making enough ice cream that I think would sell out. Now, like we're maxed out, like we cannot possibly make any more ice cream in the shop that we have right now. But like in the past, it was like, I probably could have made 100 more pints that week, but I wanted the ice cream to be fresh. I wanted the quality to be great. So I wanted to make enough that I thought would potentially sell out that week. And then as we've grown, like last year at this time, I was by myself and Bailey joined the team last year. And that allowed me to kind of take, like I was the last week before Bailey joined the shop, I did a little bit over 900 pints by myself, hand packed.
Wow. A week.
A week. Yeah. So we got up to 900 pints, and like, that's the physical nature of that. I think it's hard to really convey how like physically intense it is, but like it would be 8 to 9 hour production days, just me hand packing pints. And my mom, bless her soul, was like helping me put pints in the freezer and like helping me wash dishes on production days.
Yeah.
And, but like, I wanted to wait to hire somebody until I knew that, like, I thought the demand was there, and I wanted to wait to hire somebody that I thought would be a good fit to the team and would take the same pride and attention that I take to the product. And Bailey's certainly that person. She's running the production team right now. She's incredible.
Did you what's the goal with like, because obviously, like you said, you could only make a certain amount.
Yeah.
So is the goal to eventually have a whole facility and it's going into grocery stores nationally? Like what is...
I can't tell you that right now, honestly. I'm really focused on the quality of the ice cream with the amount that we're making right now.
Yeah.
And what that becomes in the next few years. Like I've got some ideas of what that may look like.
Yeah.
But I want to keep it to where we can hand pack the ice cream for as long as possible. I think the
it just
quality,
makes such a quality.
the quality suffers tremendously when machines are packing it. And like that's the experience that I want to have when I'm eating ice cream.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that we're doing that for as long as possible. And maybe I think grocery stores would probably be the last place that you would find our ice cream. I think we would probably try to find some other routes to get it more accessible to people.
Right.
I think right now, I think this is just the best way for us to produce the highest quality ice cream and get it to consumers. And I know that there's a lot of people that are upset every week because the process isn't like just walking into a store and buying it. And we understand that. Like we want to make it more accessible. Like obviously we would love to sell more ice cream.
Yeah.
I think anybody would,
Yeah.
but we're really, really focused on making sure the quality does not suffer as we continue to try to grow and to get more people the ice cream and potentially try to get to other spots in the state.
What's the max amount of pints you're making a week?
It's a pretty good amount, over 1,000 right now.
Oh my gosh,
like it's
1,000.
Yeah, it's a little bit over that. Yeah, so we've been hustling a pretty good amount, and the team is kicking some serious ass. So yeah, they're working so hard, and we're really, this is our busiest time of the year and has been the last 2 years. Like the Thanksgiving run into Christmas, which is maybe counterintuitive for ice cream.
I know isn't it so funny down south? Like
it is.
That's our busy time for ice cream.
And
not
summers
the summer.
here, yeah, summers here too are just like every restaurant or food service professional knows, like summers are hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, we really we're in a spot where we can really take advantage of the seasonality of the product right now. And like, we've got an awesome staff in place that's doing a really great job. And, yeah, it's been great. And they've allowed, I'm pretty hands-on on production still, but they've allowed me to take a little bit of a step back to try to focus on our soft serve business that we're going to be opening up in a little bit. And I think that's going to be a way that people can maybe, that if they haven't been able to get pints, they can come to the soft serve shop and grab some soft serve from us.
Okay, let's go back to the flavors. What is the most popular flavor that you guys made to date?
To date, so I was looking at this the other day. We don't really repeat flavors very often, but I think cookie butter trifecta, which is a cookie butter ice cream, cookie butter swirls with Biscoff cookie gravel. It's just like the Delta Plain cookie in every single way. It sounds like it would be too much, but like the salty malty of the gravel, like really like it ties everything together. I think that's probably the most popular flavor.
Everyone loves Biscoff.
I love Biscoff. It's
So
my
many
favorite
people-
flavor too.
it is?
Yeah. So yes, that one, and then my second 1A is salty malty, which is a malted vanilla ice cream with our salted caramel and a pretzel crunch. GW
Pretzel.
Finn's salty malty is one of my favorite desserts in the city. That's where we go every single Christmas Eve. That's like our special occasion spot as a family.
I love that dessert.
And we kind of took some cues off of that and made it our own, but kind of the same flavor profile.
So is your ice cream considered French style?
No,
hard
it
ice
is
cream?
not.
What it can explain to everyone
Yeah.
what the difference is.
Yeah, so French style would be a custard, which has egg yolks. I'm not sure the exact like percentage egg yolk it has to be considered custard. But yeah, that's like your typical French, like anglaise or glacé, whatever they call it. I'm not really sure. But we make an
more
American
creamy.
style. Yeah, so I think potentially.
Yeah, that's right.
It's,
Potentially.
if it's done really well, I think it's great, and if it's served at the right temperature, like you can make some really great French style ice cream. We make an American style custard. It's called a Philadelphia style custard. No egg yolks. Cream is like our base fat. The reason we took that route versus a custard is I like the cleaner flavor profile of the of the American style ice cream. You don't get that eggy kind of note, and you can really let some of the flavors really like shine through. So like we do like Oreo ice cream, Biscoff ice cream, like pistachio, like all these things. Like
That's
a
true.
French custard's great, but I really like the clean flavor profile that the Philly style custard provides us. And it can be tailored to whatever we want to do. Our ice cream, depending on what flavor it is, ranges from like right under 15% to 16% butterfat. And I think there's a level where if you go above that, like it's too fatty and it leaves like a bad like film on your tongue and like you're kind of just tasting butter. At the beginning, honestly, out the house, I was like, I want to be the highest butterfat possible. That's what premium ice cream is. That's what quality means. And then as I tested recipes, like I started at 18 and then I went down to 17 and then I went down to 16 and now we're like 15-ish, depending on the flavor. If it's a higher fat flavor, like if we do a pistachio or something like that, that'll like lend a little bit higher in the fat range, but not be kind of the same butterfat. But yeah, like we've kind of, the recipe has developed over the last 3 years to be what it is right now. And I think we try to say that it's the worst it ever will be, but also the best it ever has been right now.
Yeah.
Like we want to continue to get better every single week. And like we've tweaked the recipe probably from the beginning of this year, at least 20, 25 times, just like minor changes, which like when you're looking at like a recipe from like a 1 or 2% change in the amount of sugar or a 1 or 2% change in the amount of solids in the ice cream, like that changes the overall experience on the back end pretty significantly, like, or at least for us. Like I guess people might not be like noticing those changes, but if you tried our vanilla ice cream from January 1st this year to our vanilla ice cream right now, like side to side, like it's like I think noticeably better and improved. And I thought it was really great in January 1st. Yeah. And now it's like we're trying to continue to push the envelope and really try to make elite ice cream.
Yeah. And you're doing that. Social media has been huge for you guys. Mm-hmm. And that's like another reason why I really wanted to dive into your story to see like how it can make such an impact. Mm-hmm. You have Saints players talking about your ice cream. You have so many people, like everyone's talking about your ice cream. It's getting shared so much on social media. And that is why you're selling out. Yeah. The word's getting out. People are coming to buy the pints. Yeah. Talk about the social media.
I mean, like I said, we've really just wanted to be a consistent presence. I think as a food business in 2025, social media presence is extremely important. I mean, that's the first place I look at when I'm going to go to a restaurant or looking at making a reservation or looking at trying something new. Like I'm going to social media first and going to check out the pictures, going to check out what people are saying. And yes, it's been fantastic. I think like it produces like a lot of anxiety on our part. Like we obviously want everyone to love the ice cream and we hope that people say positive things, and it's like we're a small business and like it could be the flip side of that. Yeah. But luckily like we've had great response on social media and it's become a thing. Like I didn't even have TikTok last year. Like I really don't have it right now. Like
so many people don't.
We've got an account, but like
it's such another beast.
I have it because it seems like a lot of people are posting TikToks about the ice cream and we want to see it and we want to be able to interact with them and make sure that like they know that we see them. I think that's a big part of ice cream too. We'll touch on that maybe in a second. But yeah, social media has been really incredible. And I think it's important to note, like we're working our asses off to make great ice cream. And it's really nice to get that like praise sometimes and to get that like kind of like feeling that we're doing the right thing and we're pushing the right way. And I think it'd be really hard to garner the attention that we've gotten if it wasn't good. And I think that kind of keeps us on our toes and like goes back to my sports background. Like every single week to us is another opportunity. It's just like another Sunday for a football game, or I used to play baseball. It's just like a Friday night baseball game under the lights. Like every single time we make ice cream, like we have to be on point because there's an expectation that everybody is going to enjoy the ice cream. I think I have heard the word hype probably 1 million times in the last 2 months.
Yeah.
But I think at some point it's like, yeah, it's hype to a certain degree because people are excited about it. But like if it's following through, then it might just be good and not hype. Like, I don't know. At some point it like, when does it become not hype? I don't know. But
I don't know. Ride the wave. This is what I say.
I think it's great that people are posting, and like we really appreciate all that stuff. And like our customers are awesome. They're so excited when they come into the shop, and we are too. Like we absolutely love to hear people say that they love the ice cream. Like that fills our cup to like a degree that is really hard to fill in other places. It's something that I never had in my previous jobs that would like maybe on paper look like they were like successful jobs, but like this, I didn't start this business to like make money, or like I started this business because I love to make ice cream. And like, luckily I've been able to grow the business so far, and we've been able to grow the business so far and be able to provide a cool place for some people to work. And hopefully
but isn't that the beautiful thing about
awesome.
it?
It's awesome. Like positively impacting not only like our employees. My employees are the most important part. Like I love the customers, but treating them right and making sure that they're enjoying what they're doing is like first and foremost for me. And we've also been able to like, this provided a platform for us to make a lot more positive impact, like with Hogs for the Cause. And like we're really involved at St. Michael's Special School, and that's a cause that's always been special to me. But starting this business has allowed me to like impact them in new, different ways. We've got a group of the kids in the exploration program that come like every other Thursday to help us put stickers on pints. Like this has provided me an opportunity to really positively impact those kids. And like, I couldn't be more thankful for that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Isn't it cool? All my guests this season, when we're talking about our life and the careers and what we've gone into, it's like when you're just doing what you're supposed to do, when you really love doing it, you're just going to make that impact. And it's so cool.
Yeah, it's been a really, really fun opportunity, and it really does make a difference. Yeah. I like to think so.
Okay, so this I thought was the most brilliant marketing thing that you guys done was doing the soft serve pop-up with the cookie.
Yeah.
And I missed it.
Yeah.
And I wanted it so badly. Everyone's posting it. I'm like, oh my God, this looks like it's going to be the best soft serve New Orleans has ever seen.
Yeah.
And I still haven't tasted it. And I was talking to Briggs before we were sitting down to do this interview. We were trying to get me to taste it before we talked about it so I could actually speak on it. But I'm going to be obviously trying it when you guys officially open. It's not open yet. Maybe when this episode airs, it's already open and I've already tried it. So we can go back.
I hope so. I don't know when the episode airs, but I'm hoping that we open very soon, like within the next week or two.
But talk about when you did the soft serve with the cookie and how that all came about.
Yeah. So we've been developing the soft serve recipe for almost a year now. A year before we actually started selling it. Like I said, the soft serve ice cream is a little bit different than making the hard packed ice cream. It freezes a different way. You're looking for a different final texture, a different flavor profile, different fat percentage, all these things. And we went through a lot of different recipes to get it to exactly what it was the first time that we offered it during pickups.
What's soft serve versus frozen custard?
So custard
is it
has
the same thing?
Yeah, it's got the egg yolk percentage.
It's just the egg yolk percentage.
Absolutely. So usually custard, people equate that with like it being a more luxurious mouthfeel. A lot of soft serve, like if you get like Dairy Queen or like a McFlurry or something at Chick-fil-A, like that's probably a 2 to 4% butterfat, which is pretty low.
Okay.
Like ice cream, I said is 10%. So it's 2%. Ours is about 8.5 to 9% butterfat. So it's like
Oh, it's
really
gonna be
close.
really nice and creamy.
Yeah. So it's really close to like being ice cream. We started at about a 10.5% and felt that the mouthfeel was a little bit too buttery. So we've slowly backed it down to what we think is like the ideal range of like you're getting that thick, creamy mouthfeel, not icy at all. Like it is like a lot of soft serve you get is like icy and like kind of just tastes like
Yeah,
water,
that's why I'm like
icy
eh.
milk.
Yeah.
Like ours is really high on the butterfat scale.
I could tell by even looking at the photo and the
Yeah.
videos. I'm like, that looks proper.
Yes.
It looks so perfect.
Yeah, we've been working really hard on it.
So is the recipe obviously, like you said, with the ice cream,
yeah.
you tweak it a little bit?
Yeah. It's there right now.
It's there.
Yeah, it's just like it was like when we opened the shop. Like I wouldn't be like opening it if we didn't think the recipe was there.
Yeah.
So like we started during the summer. We actually kind of launched it with a pop-up out of the shop with my buddy Jason from Gonzo's. He did po' boys, we did soft serve. The initial idea was to do like kind of the same energy that we have with the pints, like doing like our gravels and brittle and caramel swirl and like making really cool sundaes. That was the initial idea.
Yeah. I like that.
About a year ago. And like, that's what we were going to run with. And then I was like, I really want to make a cookie to go with the soft serve. And like, we've been developing the cookie for probably like 6 months or so.
What kind of cookie was it?
So it's a chocolate chip cookie, like our base, the one that we ended up selling over the last couple of months. And then I was like, okay, let's just debut it during one of our Thursday pickups. We'll post a reel showing it and we'll see if people show up. We sold out of 100 cookies in like 45 minutes.
Wow.
So like it was quick. And then the next week was even crazier. Like we made the max amount of cookies we could make with like our freezer space and oven space was like 125. So we made that the next week and we open at 3:30 for our Thursday pickups. There started to be like a queue at like 2:45, 3. And then like every single week after that, like there was an expectation that we were going to have the cookies. So in my mind, that was kind of a signal to really concentrate on two things. So the menu at soft serve is going to be the soft serve and cookies. And we're going to hire a really awesome pastry chef who's going to be taking the reins on the cookies too.
So it's going to be all different types of cookies.
So yeah,
so it really is just soft serve and cookies that you're going to sell.
Yeah, we're going to be soft serving cookies and like I think the soft serve is really going to allow for some really fun collaborative opportunities with other makers in the city. You don't have to worry about things freezing, which is one of the big bugaboos with like doing a collab with like a cookie company or like one of like a small batch baker or something like that. Like things don't freeze the way that like they are like they're either too crunchy or they get soggy kind of like it's hard. So you really have to manipulate those ingredients. And then once you do that, like they aren't what they were so it's kind of, I don't know if it's true to the other people. So this will allow us some really fun opportunities to do some fun collabs, but yeah, it looks like.
And tell everyone where it's going to be at.
Yeah. So it's going to be at 619 Pink Street in Old Metairie. We are taking
right
over
Bar Car and Winston's, right?
Yeah, so Il Supremo Pizza is in the building right now, and we're taking over a little portion of that space. And probably at the beginning, we're just going to be offering like 2 flavors and cookies, and then we've got an additional machine that eventually, once we get our feet underneath us, we'll be doing 4 flavors at a time, and then hopefully a chocolate chip cookie and another cookie that's going to kind of be paired with whatever the special machine is.
I love that.
Yeah.
So it's always going to be chocolate, vanilla, and 2 other flavors?
Yeah, if it's going to be vanilla for sure, and either chocolate or Oreo are going to be in that machine.
Love that.
So those have been kind of like the standards. Our chocolate, we're using Valrhona chocolate, and we're using an awesome vanilla for our vanilla, Madagascar vanilla that's from Saba Trading Company, an awesome company. They're my favorite vanilla. So we've been using them for our vanilla and chocolate, and that will probably debut with that. We'll mix in the Oreo, but like we've done like a coffee and donut swirl and some things like that. That'll be really fun addition to the menu. And once we get our feet underneath us and really have a feel for it, then we'll start debuting some more fun flavors like that.
And why did you decide to do soft serve? If the pints were already selling great,
Yeah.
Doing that for a few years.
Yeah. I honestly, I had the itch to make soft serve, see if I could do it. We kind of touched on this, but growing up, I've never been a snowball person. It's not that I don't not like them. But every time I grew up right by South Snowballs, and every time we went there, I'd get a cone every single time. I'd get a swirl cone, or I'd get a dip cone, or that's what I would get. So it was always that nostalgic button that, I really just love soft serve. I wanted to see if we could do it at a really high level. So we actually, just to make sure that we were doing the right thing, my wife and I went to New York 6 months ago, and I had gone about a year and a half ago to basically to eat soft serve. They've got so many places up there, but probably ate at 20-ish different soft serve spots just to get an idea of what people think is great soft serve. So we knew where the bar was, and what
was the best soft serve you've had?
Probably. So I'd say two different spots. One's Cafe Pana, which is in Manhattan and Brooklyn. They're two locations. They do a soft serve special every single week, different rotating special. They have great hard packed ice cream as well. But they're probably 1A. And there's a really cool spot in the West Village called Sip and Guzzle that just has it on their dessert menu. It's not like a walk-up soft serve shop. They had a really awesome Hokkaido milk soft serve that had this orange curd in the middle of it. It was fantastic. It might have been Satsuma curd. It was fantastic.
Wait, when it's getting pulled down, the ice cream's around in the curd?
Yeah,
how did they do that?
I think they do it, and then they would put curd, and then they would swirl the rest on top. It was super aesthetic too. It was in an awesome metal glass and chilled glass. It was fantastic. But those are probably our two favorites of the trip. And also, I think those are. Yeah.
Wow, let's just leave New York.
Yeah. So we have been twice in the last year and a half to literally just eat ice cream.
So would you say the Northeast is tackling soft serve the best in the nation?
I don't know.
Because like I said, I never.
So I think they have the most locations.
Yeah.
There's New York is just, there's so many different options for everything that it just made I didn't want to take too much time off and be away from the shop. So it was just kind of the best way that we could learn. Try as much as possible and talk to some of the shops and so that's why we went up there.
Yeah. I know. I would love to do that.
Yeah.
Just go on a little ice cream tour.
Yeah. If you need the notes, I got you.
We know the person to call.
We got you.
Oh my gosh. Well, that is so exciting. And I thank you for doing the Lord's work with ice cream, soft serve here in New Orleans.
Yeah, we're trying.
You're killing it. So what I didn't even know about being able to order small batch, go and pick it up until I met Sam with Lousy Ice Cream.
Yeah.
And he was doing it. And I'm like, oh, this ice cream is phenomenal. And then you guys came out because he did it before you came out, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this is so cool. And then we got Super Witch now. And I love that you've really opened, the door to incredible small batch ice cream.
Yeah. Thank you.
In New Orleans.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And I don't know if Sam is still making ice cream. I got to call him up, but his ice cream is fantastic, but it's different. It's French style.
Yeah.
And you're the American style.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I'm so excited to go try the soft serve. And
I'm excited for you to come through.
I didn't eat it before this interview.
Yeah. We're in the last stages of getting the space ready. So, we have not, we're getting down to it. It's been very busy couple weeks.
Well, you guys got to follow you on social media.
Yeah.
And you're always posting, giving the updates. So
we're trying. Yeah, if you follow,
and there's two different accounts. It's not just Super Witch.
We wanted to make sure that everyone knew that this was going to be a separate thing. Super Witch Ice Cream is our pint account. That is going to stay at Jefferson Highway. We've got a lot of freezer space and a lot of very expensive equipment over there. So none of that's moving. That's all staying at Jefferson Highway. Soft serve only on Pink Street with the Il Supremo squad. So hopefully it's going to be in November. Fingers crossed. Hopefully we open up shop right before Thanksgiving or right after. And so that's we'll potentially have some pints available for grab and go there, but all the drops, all the fun flavors are going to be available on our drops going forward at Jefferson Highway.
All right. I am so excited.
Yeah.
Very exciting. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. And thank you for having me.
No, thanks for being on Say More. All right, everyone, eat some ice cream.
Please.
And follow them on social media.